All right, let's talk about a number that's quietly messing with your paycheck, the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. You hear about it on the news all the time, right? But what does it actually mean for your wallet? Well, let's break it down.
You know that feeling, right? That sinking feeling when you look at the price of gas or your grocery bill and you just know your money isn't stretching as far as it did last month.
Yeah, that feeling? It's not just in your head. It's a real, measurable economic force. And the tool we use to track it is the CPI. You can think of it as the official scorecard for the cost of living.
So what is it exactly? Well, when you boil it all down, the CPI is basically a giant survey. It keeps a close eye on the prices of all the stuff we regularly buy, and then it calculates how much those prices have changed. In short, it's how we measure inflation.
To make sense of all this, economists came up with a really simple but kind of brilliant idea. They imagined a giant virtual shopping basket, and they fill this basket with all the things a typical family buys.
And what's in this basket? You know, pretty much everything you'd think of. We're talking about the big stuff: food, rent, gas for your car, all those daily essentials. And here's the clever part. Economists track the total cost of this exact same basket month after month, year after year.
But, and this is super important, not everything in the basket gets treated the same way. It's all weighted to reflect how we actually spend our money. For example, your rent is a huge chunk of your budget, right? So a big jump in rent is going to push the CPI way up. A big jump in movie ticket prices? Not so much.
So we have this basket. It's weighted. But what do the actual numbers mean when you see them on the news? What's the impact on your wallet? Let's walk through a really quick example.
It's actually way simpler than it sounds. So the index starts at a nice, clean number, usually 100. Let's say a year goes by, and the cost of everything in that basket goes up. Now the index is at 112. So what does that mean? It means average prices have gone up by exactly 12%.
But here's the other side of that coin. If prices shoot up by 12%, that means the power of your money, which can actually buy with it, goes down by 12%. That thing that cost you $1 yesterday, well, today it costs $1.12.
It's really as simple and as powerful as that. When the CPI goes up, the strength of every single dollar you have goes down. Each one just buys a little bit less than it used to.
And this isn't just about your grocery bill. Oh no, the impact of the CPI sends these massive ripples through the entire financial system. It affects everything from big government policy decisions down to your own personal loans.
Here's the key connection you got to know. When the CPI is high, meaning inflation is heating up, central banks will often raise interest rates to try and cool the economy down. That makes mortgages, car loans, and credit card debt more expensive. And on the flip side, when the CPI is low, interest rates usually fall, which makes it cheaper to borrow money. And that is why you see Wall Street practically holding its breath every time a new CPI report is about to drop. A single number can signal a huge shift in economic policy, and that can send the market soaring or tumbling in just a few seconds. It's a massive deal.
So you see, the CPI isn't just some abstract number for economists to argue about. It's telling a story about your money, your cost of living, and the value of your savings. So the next time you hear that number, you'll know exactly what it means. The real question is, what story is it telling you right now?